Is China facing a new challenge as Taiwan expands operational testing of Stinger missiles against potential PLA air threats? Taiwan places its FIM-92 Stinger missile systems on full operational alert as cross-Strait military tensions continue to rise. Taiwan puts its Stinger missiles through large-scale operational testing, even as China retains significant military advantages. Can China's electronic warfare and jamming capabilities neutralize the FIM-92F Stinger in a future conflict? Taiwan's Republic of China Army began its 2026 Shen Gong live fire exercises across multiple training ranges to strengthen the island's combat readiness and air defense capabilities. The drills feature the first large-scale operational evaluation of FIM-92F Stinger missiles, fired from multiple launch platforms under realistic battlefield conditions. The exercises tested frontline air defense units against simulated attacks by low-flying aircraft, helicopters, drones, and incoming cruise missile threats. Soldiers tracked, locked onto, and engaged aerial targets under simulated combat conditions to validate their battlefield response and engagement procedures. FIM-92F Stinger missile. Guidance. Passive infrared and ultraviolet heat-seeking guidance locks onto an aircraft's engine heat signature without radar support. Role: man-portable short-range air defense missile designed to defeat low-altitude aerial threats near frontline forces. Targets: effective against aircraft, helicopters, drones, and low-flying cruise missiles during combat operations. Launch: can be fired from a shoulder launcher or integrated onto multiple vehicle-mounted air defense systems. The latest exercises included shoulder-launched, vehicle-mounted, dual-mounted, and helicopter-integrated Stinger missile systems operating in coordinated live-fire scenarios. Stinger launch platforms. Shoulder-fired infantry launcher. Portable system allowing frontline troops to rapidly engage low-flying aerial threats. Avenger air defense vehicle. Humvee-mounted launcher carrying 8 ready-to-fire Stinger missiles for mobile air defense. Dual-mounted Stinger launcher. Pedestal-mounted twin launch system providing greater sustained engagement capability. AH-64E Apache integration. Apache attack helicopters can carry Stinger missiles for aerial self-defense and air-to-air engagements. Officials said the combination of different launch platforms strengthens Taiwan's layered short-range air defense network against multiple aerial threats. Military officials said the Stinger provides point defense for troops, air bases, command posts, and other critical infrastructure against low-altitude attacks. Taiwan's layered air defense. Upper layer. Patriot and Skybow air defense systems provide long-range protection against aircraft and ballistic missiles. Lower layer. Stinger missile units create a point defense network protecting frontline troops and key military installations. Mission. Designed to defend combat forces, command centers, air bases, and other strategic military facilities. Advantage. Infrared guidance allows engagements without relying on continuous radar emissions, improving battlefield survivability. The drills came as Taiwan continued strengthening its defenses against the PLA's expanding air power and growing missile strike capabilities. The exercises also highlighted Taiwan's growing focus on mobile, survivable air defense systems for operations during a high-intensity conflict scenario. China tests a nuclear-capable ballistic missile, underscoring Beijing's efforts to strengthen its expanding nuclear triad. Beijing's growing nuclear arsenal highlights its push for more balanced land, sea, and air-based deterrent capability. As tensions over Taiwan persist, China uses a high-profile missile test to send a strategic military signal to Washington and its allies. The Pacific missile launch puts the United States and its regional partners on notice as Beijing showcases its long-range strike capabilities. China's submarine missile test has sent what analysts describe as a strategic signal to the United States and its Asia-Pacific rivals. Analysts said the launch appeared to be aimed more at deterrence than at testing a new generation of missile technology. The test publicly showcased China's sea-based nuclear deterrent for the first time since a similar launch in 1982. Type 094 Jin-class submarine. Class: a nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarine, SSBN, built to provide China with a continuous sea-based nuclear strike capability. Displacement: estimated to displace around 11,000 tons while submerged, making it one of the largest vessels in the PLA Navy submarine fleet. Crew: operated by an estimated crew of 130 to 140 personnel, responsible for navigation, combat operations, and strategic missile systems. Strategic role forms the backbone of China's sea-based nuclear deterrent, supporting Beijing's second strike capability as part of its expanding nuclear triad. Estimated range: more than 10,000 kilometers, giving the missile the reach to engage targets across intercontinental distances. Mission: designed to carry out long-range intercontinental nuclear strike missions as a key component of China's sea-based nuclear deterrent. Reach: reportedly capable of reaching the US mainland from launch positions in Chinese waters, reducing the need for submarines to sail into the open Pacific. Significance: represents China's newest generation of submarine-launched ballistic missiles, significantly strengthening the credibility and survivability of its sea-based nuclear deterrent. The launch marked another significant step in Beijing's effort to build a fully operational and survivable nuclear triad. Zhao Tong said, and I quote, "This missile test appears to have been intended more for strategic signaling than for technical experimentation or operational development. Although China has long been understood to possess this capability, this marks its first public demonstration." Unquote. The United States said it tracked the missile test and again raised concerns about China's expanding nuclear capabilities. Washington described China's rapid and opaque expansion of its nuclear forces as an issue of growing global concern. China's nuclear triad: land, intercontinental ballistic missiles capable of delivering long-range nuclear strikes against strategic targets across continents. Sea, ballistic missile submarines armed with JL series submarine-launched ballistic missiles, providing a survivable sea-based nuclear deterrent. Nuclear-capable bombers equipped to carry air-launched ballistic missiles, adding flexibility to China's strategic strike options. Purpose: designed to ensure a credible second strike nuclear capability, allowing China to maintain deterrence even after potential first attack. Japan, Australia, and New Zealand also voiced concern after China's missile launch over the Pacific region. Beijing urged other countries not to overinterpret the test and defended its long-standing nuclear policy. Analysts said the launch could encourage US allies to increase defense spending and strengthen military coordination. Japanese analysts said the test would reinforce Tokyo's case for accelerating its military modernization plans. Experts said the launch underscored the broader trend of intensifying military competition across the Asia-Pacific region. Fresh details emerged after China on July 6 launched a ballistic missile in the Pacific, with new reporting piecing together timelines, trajectories, and official statements that shed light on the exercise's scope and implications. The type of missile is unconfirmed, but candidates include the JL-2 or the more modern JL-3 SLBMs, each of which would indicate different ranges and performance characteristics that analysts are using to narrow down the probable system tested. Only China's Type 094 nuclear ballistic submarines can carry such missiles at present, meaning the launch, if from an SLBM, likely involved one of the country's operational Jin-class boats rather than a yet-to-enter service platform. China has at least 6 Type 094 boats, with reports of 2 more under construction, a fleet buildup that contributes to Beijing's emerging sea-based nuclear posture by increasing patrol and launch redundancy. A new Type 096 nuclear ballistic submarine is in development but not yet in service, and once operational it would likely field more advanced missiles and further expand the survivability and reach of China's undersea deterrent. The test highlights the ongoing expansion of China's nuclear arsenal and submarine forces, underscoring a deliberate effort to modernize and diversify delivery systems across sea, land, and air. The missile launch test also came amid growing tensions with Taiwan and the West, giving the exercise added geopolitical salience as actors interpret it through the lens of regional crisis dynamics. This comes weeks after she told Trump to stay away from Taiwan to protect China-US ties, and observers saw the timing as part of Beijing's broader campaign of signaling to deter external interference in cross-Strait issues. An official Chinese Navy statement said a training dummy warhead landed in a set sea area, framing the launch as a controlled exercise focused on validating procedures rather than an operational strike. Beijing called the test part of routine annual training, saying it was not aimed at any nation and emphasizing the exercise's role in readiness and platform assessment. Fresh details of the missile launch were reported by the War Zone on July 7, which compiled open-source imagery, tracking data, and expert commentary to build a more complete picture of the event. Chinese authorities issued warning notices for possible launch